was drawn to come meet you here at Ulu Garden because I had heard about a beautiful place that had incredible vibes, and I found this place, and I walked through the driveway down a gravel dirt path next to BGS.
Little story.
And I walk through this little gate, and there's wind through the trees,
Yeah.
and here he's sitting, and there's all this musical equipment and a stage, and just this warm smile. So here we are. Tell me your name.
My name Armi.
Yeah.
Well, you need it full or?
I don't know, whatever you want.
Okay, people call me Armi.
Yeah.
That's it.
And you grew up in Uluwatu.
Yeah, I'm born in Uluwatu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this place that we're in, which we'll give you guys a tour of after, is a 7-year in the making dream.
Exactly. Yeah.
And when the idea came to you, or how did the idea come to you?
Well, it started when I opened up a homestay, just down there in the corner, and well, it was small, only 4 room in the beginning, and yeah, I start being curious and having questions of why people traveling.
Why people are traveling?
Yeah,
Mm.
and then well, it's a homestay, so it kind of having me and my other guests like a space and time to chat a little bit. Well, I make that decision to just approach them, ask questions for what I'm curious of,
Yeah.
and then from all those answer that I receive, I make a note, and suddenly there is a dream already, like of having a space that one of uh, the answer of those reason. Well, I play music, then what do you call it? Is also related to our culture. Means that is the point. Actually, like those traveler, what do you call it? Put themselves into a traveling to see such a place with culture that's still alive, like Bali, for example, in this case. So, uh,
So you got the spark.
yeah. Also, in the Western life, probably there's something missing, that is a space for people uh, to share, to be heard, to express this thing. This is the mind highlight that uh, how you say it, reconfirm that that me, I should create this space. So yeah, my grandfather, my ancestor left this heritage, and okay, we use it for these things. It's also for me, for myself, that then I love to meet people, to talk to people, to receive idea, to provide an ear for their trouble or happiness or whatever happen in their life, no, something like that.
I mean, when I'm sitting here, and you guys can't see it, but what's in front of us is this lush, just palms and beautiful trees, and they're like swaying with the wind, and there's a stage over here, and a piano to my left. I mean, there's just this place feels like what you've created is just so stylistically, but so a place for the creative arts and just a space to be able to just think. And I love that you are talking about conversations, because this place, I can imagine, will generate so many good conversations late at night under the stars.
Yeah, I opened 3 years ago. I start to open 3 years ago, means I dream it 7 years ago,
Yeah.
7 years before. When I only open Monday and Thursday for only live music. Well, sometimes we have poetry night, storytelling and stuff, painting. But when I have gig for my band, ULU Roots,
Yeah.
we always end up talking until early morning with some people,
Yeah.
with tears, joy, smile, laugh, or whatever, consciously, like without alcohol and stuff. Well, they probably drink in the beginning, but after a gig, they already calm down because the bar is closed. So we talk like, we chat like in conscious mind. It's amazing. Most of the gig I have,
Yeah.
like after gig, there's always a chat. Well, sometimes people who don't have time for that kind of night, and then they text me like, "Can I ask something or do something or tell something?" Yeah, yeah. Anytime. I always provide myself for that. It's part of my commitment.
Part of your commitment.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll
yeah,
get to that.
yeah.
The so Armi has a band called Ulu Roots, and he's a poet and a writer. If you're a poet, you're a writer.
Yeah. A song need to be right.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay. So I thought it was a really beautiful and a perfect place for story. And this month we're kind of talking about freedom. So I wanted to take him through this little story format that I do with people, and you guys can experience it. Some of you have. So I want you to think of a moment in time. These are micro stories, by the way. So we'll just go through a little unfolding of a story. So think of a moment in time in your life when you experienced this profound moment of what freedom means to you. Or in this moment, a moment of what freedom felt like.
Okay.
It can be when you were young, 2, 3, could be, I don't know if you remember 2, 3. I don't.
Well,
So I'm going to ask you some questions now. You can't tell everything about the story yet.
I cannot answer it straight away because I grew up with, well, my grandfather who taught me about life, and then set me free, like, okay, now, and then my father set me like when I was 17. In Indonesia it's word like that: when you are 17, you are a teenager. He said, you are growing up now, you know black and white, you know bitter and sweet, you know what, anything in life, experience it yourself. And then, well, it's a nice topic you pick up, freedom. And
Yeah.
you ask about a moment in my life. Yet I'm still working on it.
Right.
Because why I said it, because my basic of my growth is like that. And I found out these words, freedom, well, because this is English, and the way of Indonesian understanding, well, especially what I know from Balinese culture, uh, it's different. Because if I can translate it from the straight translation, freedom only bebas mean only free. It could be wild too.
Yeah.
But based on my culture, what my grandfather told, or probably it exists in some or many Bibles, ancient Bible in Indonesia, freedom, bebas, it's bebas, but there is a higher state for telling freedom, which is merdeka.
Merdeka.
Merdeka, this
Merdeka.
is Indonesian, but it comes from a previous language, Sanskrit, or I don't know, or no, Jawa kuno, or ancient Java language, which is mahardika, means that you are enlightened from knowledge, and then you achieve wisdom, and then your mind is free. That's the freedom.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I can give you a rough example, it's like as if those people who achieve freedom, in my perspective,
Yeah.
those people who be able to feel free when someone set their body in jail, but they still feel free. This is the
Yeah.
freedom.
I know what you're saying.
I mean, just rough example, yeah.
No, it's a great
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
especially with friends that do mission charity work for people that actually don't have any electricity, They don't have many things, but
Yeah.
they teach them how to be free in their mind.
Yeah.
But back to your personal story, because we want to do a little fun thing with this.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Well, still related to this.
Yeah.
I feel bit more. I mean, I feel a little bit elevated when I take a courage to quit my job
Okay.
and back to art.
All right. So
And
keep
there,
that moment.
there I feel alive and like,
Okay,
something like
yeah,
this.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's such a good expression.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to, so we're going to go through just some fun story elements of this, and I want you guys whoever's listening to see where you connect to this. So tell me the year,
Uh-huh.
or how old you were, or what year it was, and let's unpack the story real quick.
When
At
I-
that moment that you talked about when you quit the job and you went to the arts.
When I quit my job, I remember the year, but I don't remember my age.
That's okay. You don't have to
wait.
tell the age.
Yeah,
I don't.
in 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Okay. And in what city and country were you living in at the time?
Still in Bali. I mean, I work in Denpasar back then.
Okay. So
Yeah.
think of an actual moment, like if you were taking a photo of it, and we're going to drop you into that moment.
Mhm.
So you ready to go? It's a
Yeah.
bit of time travel.
Hopefully, I still have memory.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. So you were in Denpasar, which is
Yeah.
a city in Bali. It's the main city.
Mhm.
Okay. And tell me, what was the weather like on that day? Just try to remember anything, like basically what were you wearing? Like, was it hot? Was it windy? Was it anything?
Yeah, Indonesia, we only have two seasons, basically, which is wet and dry. But there is a certain circle. Sometimes the sun is shining, but the wind is blowing so strong and we feel cold, something like this. So I worked for almost 10 years. So I experienced, because in 1 year it divided by two kind of seasons. So
And then let's go to this one moment, like when you actually quit the job, and you started the arts. So pick a season.
it was dry. The weather was good.
Okay.
But my personal weather was not good.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the car at that moment.
Okay, perfect. You got it.
In a traffic light,
All right.
rushing. Like rushing, like traffic in the morning. A lot of people going to work. I was in a car and put a good sound. I invest big money for my car sound system, and then just to get me chill on the way to work, no.
Yeah.
But still, and on the traffic light, I thought to myself like, no, this is not my life.
Oh, okay. So describe you're sitting in the driver's seat,
Yeah.
and like, is it what kind of car seat? Is it like a black leather? Is it different colors? Like, give us an idea
yeah.
of what's underneath you. Like, what's under your feet? What kind of shoes are you wearing?
Yeah, like an office look. Oh yeah, I was like wearing leather shoes and with tie and.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then.
So
but still,
So like, what kind of car?
it's an old Jeep.
Jeep.
Yeah.
Okay. And then describe what's. So we know what's underneath you. Describe what is sort of in front of you and what's around you. What do you see? Is there people with you? Like, what's around? Describe the surroundings.
Yeah, all it happened. It's like a development in my thought, and then at that moment, like I arrive in the peak of all those accumulated thought and sight that I passed through.
So like,
Or like
you said a traffic light?
When you are on a traffic, like observing people, like they are going on the same way, probably, like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the green light on, so I got to continue driving. That moment I felt like, why I led my life like this, like a robot.
And what's that sensation in your body feel like? If you had to describe a sensation in your body.
I got sick quickly.
Sick?
Yeah.
Like an upset stomach or nausea or like a headache? Toxic?
Mix of things.
In that moment.
Not at the same moment, but I observe myself. That's why I arrived to the stage that I mirroring myself. No, no, this is not my
Yeah.
life, because when I was studying, I already play in a band.
Yeah.
In my last semester, I played in a bar already. It's not that the euphoria or how you say it, the excitement that my illusion bring my thought to tell me to stop my job. No, it's just that, like our ego in life, we need appreciation. We need we need to be heard. We need to be seen as what we are, not not as what we are being controlled to for people to be seen. No,
Yeah.
yeah, I want to see you like you, not that you are being paid monthly to be something else.
Yeah.
This is,
Wow. That's
yeah,
a
this is what I
yeah.
my experience, and
So once again, like this is we try to describe a sensation in the body. If you can think of anything,
at that moment I was
like is there like
I was like
heartbeats or
no, I was really like easy and things, because I don't want to in my life. That's why I don't really like to get drunk and stuff, because I want to, when I decide something, I need to be really conscious.
okay?
That's why first I need to get out from myself, to
Yeah.
see myself from outside, that this is the real things that you're talking about, or you expect, or you going to decide something
Yeah.
like this. Yeah.
So you felt like a light. You felt
Yeah, yeah,
light.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
easy. And was there anyone with you by yourself?
No, no.
Okay.
Yeah, alone.
And so describe to me what's like what were you where were you going
Mm.
and why you felt this sense of lightness and freedom is like after you made the decision.
It's not happening in one moment like this.
Yeah.
The sustain, or the punch. I mean, the punch is not like boom like that. No, but it's like developing.
Yeah.
Only that one moment, I realized, no, this is need to be end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, that's why a lot of time I took myself to go out and then observe, to see very clearly about all those aspects.
Yeah. And would you say that's a bit of what helps you with that sense of like clarity?
I go back uh, to the lesson that my grandfather taught from the beginning.
What's that?
What is life?
What is life?
What's your purpose?
Mm.
What your mind purpose is to be alive, no?
Yeah.
Freedom is the last part. We call in Bali or Indonesia moksa. I mean, India maybe know also this word. So, how am I going to achieve it if I let myself in this moment? I mean,
If you're living a life that's like
that, yeah,
somebody else is like telling you
yeah,
what
yeah,
to be.
yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah,
you chose.
I'm not provoking people to quit their job.
No, 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 no. We're like, this is all about personal experience, your
Yeah,
own
yeah,
personal
yeah,
experience.
yeah.
And I always like to just take a moment and just kind of explore some moment in your life so people can kind of get to know you a little bit, to understand a little bit about a moment that maybe you had experienced something and a lesson. So you really shared something beautiful from your grandfather that's passed down to you. What is life? And I think it's a valuable thing. And I don't want to leave everybody with too much, but is there anything else you want to say about that message? And then we'll just keep it short and sweet. And if you want to express it,
just a little things.
yeah,
Uh, Everyone born because of our karma, because of their karma. Everyone has the karma. That's the reason why we got reborn. And every time a human born, it already carry a seeds of something that they could live with. I mean, we call it in Indonesia in Bali, guna diri, like what is yourself? Say like if the tree has flower, what is yourself, flower or fruit that you could share to people? I mean, it's like a value. What is your value in life? When your life valuable is whenever you share, no? Yeah. So these things like find these seeds. If you are if you born with seeds of art, politics, anything, be with that and then share it.
Yeah. I feel like you are absolutely sharing that here in what you've created. Do you want to share anything musically, or you just want to keep it to this for now?
If you ask, I mean, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Okay. So let's with that just the feeling of the same feeling of the freedom
mm,
and this moment that you're sharing. Can you express that through music somehow? Just really short, what that feels like.
well, anything that been through to my life so far, I sometimes uh, put it in my song.
All right. Do you have
Yeah,
a song you want to sing or like that you want to share?
maybe I don't know. Just click on my YouTube,
Okay.
find the song "Happy Holiday."
Okay. That's what we'll do. I'll put
Yeah,
that link in there.
yeah. For the next new song, also, it's still about life topic.
Okay.
Yeah, Bob Marley told a lot, but I express my smile, my laughs, my tears in my way. So yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks for doing the story and music,
Yeah,
and let's just do a little tour of show him the place. It's so nice. So
thank you,
yeah. So I'm Jennifer Capo, in case you don't
Armi.
know.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, and then just to give an idea, this really you can't even get a scope of it. It's just such an incredible place. There's a restaurant and there's coffee and there's just so many things. Okay, signing off, signing off. Thank you for your time. Next event coming soon.